Mental health has always been a tough thing to talk about, but especially after what we experienced last year. Last year took a toll on every single one of us, mentally but also physically. Because of being locked indoors and not being able to see our friends, many took to social media as a means of keeping up with their friends, but also as an escape from the real world. But social media isn't perfect. So I asked my followers on Instagram if they thought lockdown and social media has affected their mental health negatively, and 74% of these people said yes. And I know that all of the people that answered are teenagers around my age. A study from the Royal Society for Public Health established in 2018 that greater social media use is linked to higher depressive and anxiety scores, poor sleep, low self-esteem, and body image concerns. And we can only assume that these symptoms have gotten worse over the COVID-19 lockdown. Another study from the RSPH found that depression, bullying, loneliness, and sleep quality were some of the most prevalent health issues that were worsened by social media usage. So, I asked my friend Oscar some questions about mental health and lockdown.
Oscar, I'm 16.
Do you believe social media is bad for our mental health? And if you do, why?
I think social media is a tool that can be very helpful, but can also be very detrimental to a lot of vulnerable people. Definitely has a lot of advantages. I'm probably in the camp that we'd be better off without it.
Why do you think we'd be better off without it?
I think that it's such a big platform for people to compare themselves to other people, just in a way that isn't possible in real life. There feels like a big separation between what you see on a phone screen versus how that person is experiencing their own life. By only seeing the best bits of something, to compare yourself to that is just immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Do you think social media has affected us and our mental health?
I think so. I think when you take something that's so colossal as social media, and you can categorize it with the internet as well, it will have an effect on mental health, whether it be a positive or negative. There'll always be an effect. And I think for lots, that effect has been positive. You know, having this huge thing that is a constant source of entertainment, you know, on the surface level, it is definitely a good thing. But, you know, there's a lot of questions into it being addictive. Obviously that can have effects on mental health.
Have you experienced any negativity or toxicity on social media?
Yes, I'd definitely say so. I think it's a lot easier for people to say things that are controversial or upsetting through social media because there's no instant repercussion. If someone says something that's rude to you or like upsetting or distasteful or offensive, you have the option to report it, and you know, if it doesn't violate guidelines, it stays there. You know, you say something rude to someone in real life, you know, they'll push you or they'll shout back. Through social media though, there's nothing you can do really.
Hiding behind a screen.
Completely.
Which is used a lot.
Yeah, I really agree with that.
Just people don't think about the person on the other end of the phone, they just think about replying.
Almost dehumanizing almost.
I've seen on a couple of like Twitter posts where the creator will actually reply to some of the negative tweets, and the person has responded back as like, oh crap, I didn't realize you'd actually see this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a really big thing as well. It's when there's a wall of negativity, you think putting something out there, it's not going to hurt.
Like we talked about, people don't think who's on the other side. There are many vulnerable people on social media that are exposed to this toxicity, and it could be fatal. I read about a case where a serial killer would use people's vulnerabilities against them to groom them and eventually kill them. There are a lot of things you can take from this documentary. Limit your social media use. Go outside, or even you may think social media is evil now. But the most important thing that you can take away from this is just be nicer on the internet. You don't know what anyone is going through. You don't know what they're going through. So just be nicer. You could ruin their day or worse. You could do anything and you don't know. You don't know what those people are going through. So just be nicer. Stay safe.